9 weeks of this shit. But it's okay. It's okay. I'm doing okay. I can do this. I can finish this. I'm here with a messed up, bleached up t-shirt. But that's cool, because I'm going to talk to you about a couple of crappy movies. Isn't that fun? Of course it's fun. Here we go. Now before I talk to you about the snotty puke pile that is BloodRayne, let's first discuss Doom, shall we? In regards to the video game, I used to play it. I actually had it for Sega Genesis 32X. There's a system I bet Sega wishes to forget. Doom and the Star Wars game were the only two games I actually had for that system. It sucked. But Doom was a fun game. It was simple, but it was challenging, it was addicting. You had to fight off demons. Demons from hell. A portal to hell was opened up, and somehow demons ended up on Mars. I think that's what that shit was about. I don't remember. This movie completely throws all that shit out the door, just makes up its own rules, and that's why fans of the game hate this movie. I for one enjoyed the game, but wasn't dedicated to it. I only played the first one, so I don't actually hate this movie, though it is stupid and mindless. The thing that irritates me is that there are no demons in this movie. The people, the scientists, whatever, they are turned into monsters because of an infection. But here's the funny thing. This is great. This infection, once it gets into your system, based on the kind of person that you are, it will either turn you into a monster or a superpowered human being. So if you're a little crazy, a little insane, you're gonna be a monster. A grotesque monster. If you're a nice person with morals and you bought your mother flowers every Mother's Day, you'll have superpowers. Now what fucking idiot wrote this idea? How's an infection gonna decide? Now here's the thing about the movie. Here's the one thing about the movie that I really... Kids playing that loud. This is the one thing I find incredibly stupid about the movie. And I gotta close my window. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh yeah, now I'm about to give a major spoiler, and if that really means anything to you, then I understand, you can stop watching. But really, I don't think it matters with this kind of movie. It's not exactly a new movie anyway. The Rock. He's in this movie, and I'm gonna call him The Rock because he was still going by that name at this time. He's a surgeon. He's a dedicated Marine, simplified to the max. He lives, breathes, and bleeds the core. His job is to lead his men to this facility on Mars and contain this threat, of course, by any means necessary. Throughout the movie, yeah, he's very stern, he runs a tight ship, he's hot-headed, he gets angry, it's a frustrating mission, of course. But as soon as this shocking revelation about this disease turning people into monsters based off how psychotic they are, he becomes this raving psychotic who wants to kill every human being in this facility. He won't listen to reason, he kills one of his men, he's an evil son of a bitch all of a sudden. That is absolutely lame. As for the rest of the team, all the men are all expendable cliches, it doesn't really matter, you're not meant to care. Actually, you are meant to care, you just don't. The main character is actually Carl Urban. He joins this mission because his sister is on this facility and he wants to look after her. She's played by Rosamund Pike, really cute English actress. And they have a beef going on because he was supposed to be a scientist, but instead he chose to become a hardcore Marine. But none of that shit matters. Just doesn't matter. Because the only thing that matters in this movie is the carnage and the gore and the effects and all that good stuff. Guns, monsters, a first-person sequence which is really kinda silly. Now at the time when it came out I thought it was really cool, but throughout the years, I come to realize it's pretty pointless. Especially because they completely shit on the plot of the game, but yet this first-person sequence is supposed to pay homage to the game? It's supposed to make everything better? Sounds like I'm completely bashing this movie. The thing is, like I said, it's mindless and silly, but to me, it's actually kind of fun. Okay, I've seen this movie now about 5 times in my life, and that's way too much. But like Resident Evil, it depends on when I see it. Sometimes I really like it, sometimes I don't like it. It's like a seesaw. I'm always on a seesaw of emotions. But I will definitely say I do not like this movie as much as Resident Evil. I don't even give it a solid recommendation. I'm gonna give my rating now. It's 2.5 out of 5. I'm leaving stuff out, but it really doesn't matter. It's just a guilty pleasure of sorts. It's a dumb film. I can't recommend it to any intelligent person. But I will say that the movie has the worst writing ever. Besides AVP Requiem. Compared to the video game, the movie is awful. As a standalone movie, it's just mindless fun. But now, you want to talk about mindless? You want to talk about something that's just completely and utterly ridiculous and quite possibly one of the worst movies ever made? Let's talk BloodRayne. House of the Dead. So bad. So ridiculously bad. Alone in the Dark. Ridiculous. Those two movies were laughably bad. They were sort of entertaining for the reason that I could just have fun making fun of them. Now, some people have actually said that even though BloodRayne is absolutely horrible, it's actually better than those two movies. Back in 2005, I actually said the same thing. But after rewatching it, no, this movie is awful. Just plain awful. I would put this movie in the same caliber as Battlefield Earth. Yes, I would definitely call this one of the worst films ever made. It's not even fun. I couldn't even make fun of the movie because it's actually really dull. I've never played the video games, but from what I understand, they don't take place in medieval times. This stupid movie does. Because of that, this movie looks like a generic costume party. That's what this movie was. It's a cosplay video. Okay, real quick, let me get this out of the way. The movie is very gory. It's got a few cool kills, swords through the mouths and eyes and shit like that. Christina Loken, she's really sexy. She's a good-looking woman. You do get to see her bare breasts in this movie in the most ridiculous and absolutely unnecessary sex scenes ever made, ever put on film, ever. God, that sex scene is so stupid. I'm getting ahead of myself, but imagine this. Rain is in a dungeon. The cell's not locked. She's not a prisoner at this time. She has a nightmare, and she gets up. She walks over to one of the main characters who's sharpening his weapons or whatever. Now earlier, this guy's like, I don't trust her. We should kill her. We shouldn't have her here. And all of a sudden, bam, they start banging. But that's it. That's the only good of this movie. Extreme blood, boobies. That's fucking it. Oh, and Michelle Rodriguez. Now, here's the thing. I've already admitted that I love Michelle Rodriguez. And she's really quite sexy in this movie. Holy God, her acting. She is vastly out of place in this movie. And is that an English accent I detect? Michelle Rodriguez with an English accent? Fail. She's not the only out of place actor. Michael Madsen is a badass actor. Reservoir Dogs, Kill Bill. He's cool. Oh, how awful he is in this movie. He looks embarrassed. Not that all the actors in this movie, they look embarrassed. Some of them even look sedated. This review is all over the place. I'm winging it right now. All these thoughts are running through my head, so bear with me. The thing about this movie is, it seems intentionally bad. Overall, that evil German bastard, I think, set out to make a really bad movie. I think he was given a $25 million budget, and he's like, I can completely waste that. The action in this movie is so bad. The choreography is a freaking joke. Everyone moves so slowly. It's like Overball was just telling them, no, slow it down. It's okay, relax. Watching a toilet flush is more intense than the action in this movie. Who else is in this movie? Billy Zane! Billy Zane! What is this? What was up with him? Meatloaf is in this movie. Why? I don't know. Ben Kingsley! Sir! Ben Kingsley! Oscar-winning Ben Kingsley! Why? Kristanna Loken from Terminator 3, yeah, she's hot. I'm not gonna lie. But I didn't want to hear her talk. This movie also has a lot of confusing and pointless flashbacks. Unnecessary ones too. Early in the film, we see a night sequence with Rayne running through a field. She's all covered in blood. And then you're shown a flashback as to why. You see she was a circus freak, and one of the circus workers or operators or whatever tried to rape her. She snatches a glass bottle over his head and then bites him, drinks his blood. She escapes and she goes on a feeding frenzy, biting everybody in her path and drinking their blood, including a friend of hers. Now here's the funny thing. Later in the movie, she says that she does not crave human blood. That flashback told a different story. And that's the thing, why was there a flashback? It could have been shown in real time. The editing, the continuity, the story, everything is shit. About everything. This movie, I've been saying this a lot in this challenge. I've been talking about how some of these movies just make absolutely no sense. This movie, absolutely nothing makes any sense whatsoever. Uwe Boll is a complete jerk. I fucking hate him. And I still have to watch some of his other movies. Making a person watch this movie should be a criminal offense. Like a lot of people do it as a dare. They tell their friends, you need to see this movie. They should be locked up. They should be thrown in jail for even suggesting it. You see, me, I did this to myself. I have no one to blame but myself. I've seen this movie already, and now I've seen it twice. It's worse than I even remembered or imagined. You know, I'm just gonna stop. I can rant about this movie all day, but I don't have that kind of time. Fuck this movie. 1 out of 5. 1 out of fucking 5. I could give it a 0, but that's not my style. And the worst thing of it is, this movie has sequels that I have to watch because of this challenge. Again, I did it to myself. Anyway, I am happy. I'm so happy and relieved to announce that next week will contain no Uwe Boll movies. Instead, it will contain Silent Hill, which I've seen before. I don't think it's that bad, and DOA, Dead or Alive, a really shitty movie that is like The Godfather compared to BloodRayne. Maybe Godfather Part 3, but still. So anyway, please like, comment, share this video if you want. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe. I will see you guys next week with a much better attitude, I'm sure. What? Cha cha cha!